made this today.
I
made $70 today. My take.
I didn't know what that means.
My take. Whatever. Did my take. Made $70. It's not a lot, but whatever. Don't worry. I'll make money, dog. I'll make money.
I talked to Chris about this. He said for you to do a business, you have to do your business by yourself. No one else can do it.
But they can just take my ideas and write it for me.
You have to do it yourself and then tweak it after.
I can't. I tried. It hurts my head. I quit.
That's it.
I get frustrated.
It's all with determination, man.
It's all good. I don't mind. I'm
Down low, it's Duncan and Splitter, and it's Parker in at the point. Kevin Durant again last season, far and away the leader in points per game. Parker's 49
total points over season. He's led the league in that category 5 straight.
Isn't that amazing?
Really is.
And here is Parker, following the three from Kevin Durant. Nobody near Leonard. Trying to answer back, but that three is off the mark. And Durant gets it to go, the assist from Robertson. And it's 7 points for Kevin Durant.
Boy, the floor really opened up for him there. He sure did. Good job getting it started.
no!
Can get itself set.
And that's out of bounds. San Antonio will retain possession.
They had no choice but to lunge for that pass to stop it from getting through. That was a good job.
No, boy! No!
And it's out of bounds to the Spurs as San Antonio retains possession. We played just over a minute here in the first. And Green gets it
That's his comfort zone, so defensively, really nice job challenging the shot.
Leonard attacking. Out to Parker. Parker right side. Clock at 6. Duncan against Ibaka. Duncan misses.
That's now 4 misses on their first 5 attempts. Still trying to find the rhythm and flow here offensively.
The Spurs were able to take the top seed in the West once again and set themselves up for yet another deep playoff run.
Now Leonard after Westbrook's missed 3, and it's blocked by Ibaka. It's Durant with the drive. It's blocked, and they get it back. This one for 3. They get the rebound. Outside Westbrook. Durant at the elbow. And Durant gets double teamed. Back to Westbrook. That's good, and a nice assist from Durant.
As you said, the Spurs were the top seed coming into the playoffs and in the West, but they were pushed to the limit early by Dallas before cruising to the NBA Finals. And I can go back a number of years where the #1 seed has had a tough time in its first round matchup, only to get to the NBA Finals and in some cases win it.
A free run to the hoop and some thunder on the finish.
Not exactly the way the D would have drawn that one up. And when you got the space, you might as well throw it down. That's what I always used to do.
And Westbrook, here we go. It's good, and it's good contact on the shot, so we will go to the line. A 3-point play chance here. And for the Spurs in their run to yet another NBA title, they didn't seem to have any weakness in any facet of their game.
And you know, a little bit of that was overlooked, I thought, Kevin, heading into the final series against Miami, but certainly not afterward. One of the things that so impressed me was the depth, the quality of play that the Spurs got from everybody that Greg Popovich called on. And that really was the difference. They had 8, 9 guys playing at a high level, and Miami only had 1 or 2 guys most nights.
It's a great thought.
Well, you talk about the elite point guards in the NBA. A lot of times Tony Parker's name gets overlooked. Something about playing in San Antonio seems to keep you off the radar, but make no mistake, Parker is a true star and, most importantly, a proven winner.
Now here's Westbrook. 5 points in the game. Rejected by Duncan. And out of bounds as the Spurs gain possession. And here's the 2K leaderboard with the teams that have really been controlling the boards during the past month. Number 1, the Thunder.
And the rebounding has been key because they've been boarding the ball at a very high level, playing with a ton of energy.
Hurry up, man.
Just over 3.5 minutes gone here in the first. And Parker Clark, a 6-time All-Star, 3-time NBA champion, heavily decorated player.
Yeah, he really is, and he's shooting to become the Spurs' first 20-year guy. Now, how crazy would that be? I mean, he came to the Spurs at 19, so he's got an outside chance at it. He says his body feels great.
Yep.
And the way Pop manages minutes for his guys, and he thinks he can play at a high level for a long time. That'll be fun to watch to see if it happens that way.
Good story, you're right.
Yeah.
Here's Westbrook after the basket by San Antonio. Ibaka, no luck.
Tell you what, they haven't wasted any time getting into the swing of things on the board.
Yeah, and even though it's early, I mean, that's a great sign for them for the rest of the game.
Now here's Parker. The drive by Green. Westbrook with the steal. And pushing it up here. Here is Oklahoma City. Knocked away. And that'll be Oklahoma City.
Ow!
as it goes
Leg,
in
man.
about
Yeah.
20
Not watching
possession.
that, man?
Lamb, he's checked in for Andre Robertson. A different look now for San Antonio. Here's Durant. And good on the basket. Book it. Durant's got 9.
He's so reliable. You know, his offense seems to be consistently there for this team.
It's stolen by Lamb. Westbrook kicks to Durant, and he goes in for the dunk.
Boy, extremely opportunistic defense leading to those points there.
That dunk, Clark, coming within seconds of the steal.
Love the way they convert from defense to offense.
But that's what happens when you get all 5 guys on a string defensively ready to react and make a play.
Oh, come on, Diao, man. You're the one
Now the
screaming.
second quarter getting ready to start up. And taking a quick look here, guys, at the
watch
hustle
them whine.
stats for the Thunder.
Tell you what, guys, they're showing us a lot of energy early on and racking up those fast break points.
Yeah, and I've noticed also that their quick hands have led to a lot of forced turnovers. They're getting some points in transition as a result.
On the floor for San Antonio, Mills and Manu at the guards. Aaron Baines out there with Boris Diaw, and it's Green in at the 3 slot. Adams the pass to Ibaka. San Antonio with the rebound. And a fast break now for the Spurs. Ginobili leading the charge.
Well, that's the best possible play there. I mean, that was an easy 2, so instead foul him, make him shoot free throws.
That's right, a smart, strong foul there. No and ones and no dunks.
Oklahoma City for 2 years running, the only team in the top 5 of the NBA in both offensive and defensive efficiency. That ought to tell you about this balanced elite basketball team.
And Kevin Durant with the
That's
slam.
the only one.
Tell you what, he's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Absolutely insane with that dunk.
Well, now they're starting to rub it in, aren't they? Build up a lead, and here we go, folks. It's showtime.
And why not? I mean, the more plays they make like that, the more they'll have these guys on the
Ah, come on, Diao.
And for the Thunder remaining so consistent despite losing Harden, and then last year without the outside shooter Kevin Martin.
Yeah, not to mention, Kevin, the injuries to Russell Westbrook. Give credit to the players and the coaching staff. Again, when you've got a culture of expectation and you've got talent and leadership from the sideline and from within the players, and you've got a chance to weather storms effectively, and clearly the Thunder did that.
And here's Mills from the arc. The shot is off. Some solid defense there from Jackson. Here's Lamb. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. In transition, here comes San Antonio. That one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him. The Thunder leading by 6. It's Jackson with the drive. The pass to Ibaka. Back to Jackson. And there's the 3-second violation. An opportunity here to go to the 2K leaderboard and see who's been the hottest of the hot at the small forward position for the past month. Kevin Durant, number 1.
There's no doubt he's one of the league's most dynamic offensive players. He's capable of putting up big numbers from the wing.
Yeah, that's where he likes to operate, but he can hurt you from anywhere, Steve. I mean, His numbers come from all over the place, and he's a very sophisticated offensive player with how he goes about his game.
And Doris Burke has something for us. Hey, Doris.
Guys, it is hard to question that Patty Mills was instrumental in the Spurs title run. Getting in the best shape of his life was the key to his breakout season. As Coach Popovich said, he was a little fatty. He had too much junk in the trunk. He came back svelte and cut and understood you have to make better decisions. Point guard type decisions. Kevin?
Pop never one to hide his feelings, Doris. Thank you.
Well, they won't be down for long if they can get some more early offense just like that.
Well, that's the best way to get that early offense, Clark. As soon as you come up with the steal, just sprint the other direction.
Serge Ibaka, the 24th pick by the Thunder back in 2008. From the start, Steve, his incredible work ethic has shown through.
No doubt, Kevin. He's become one of the best two-way players in the NBA. Excellent defender, can guard 4s and 5s. A terrific weak-side shot blocker. And that jump shot, that 17-footer, has given Oklahoma City the spacing that offense needs.
And for Ibaka, his offseason training also worked with Kevin Garnett. And he said that's who Ibaka reminds him of with his intensity and attention to detail.
Come on, get the
And
rebound.
that's something that's overlooked. Being a perfectionist while you're practicing allows you to perform at a high level. And he's the type that wants to do it again and again until he gets it right.
That's it, and the Oklahoma City lead is cut down to just 4 points in the bucket from Ginobili.
Still trailing, but their offense is off life support here in the second quarter. It's got a pulse.
Yeah, they're making some shots now, Clark, finally starting to make up some ground.
Boy, they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing that ball into the paint. Smash mouth basketball.
Yeah, and it's a strategy that has served them well in this opening half, Clark.
Now here's Leonard. It's rebounded by
Come
Oklahoma
on.
City.
That took me
Ibaka's got his 5th rebound in this one.
And you know, you think about Ibaka's development, part of his adjustment to the NBA initially was just learning the language. When he first was drafted, he barely spoke a lick of English, and that's become his 5th language.
Jackson. No good on the triple. Spurs trail by 6 to the middle. Got a piece of it. And that's out of bounds. San Antonio will retain possession. So San Antonio going with an almost entirely new group here. Here's Duncan, laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Duncan's got his first 2 points of the night.
They ran that inbounds play perfectly there to get the quick hitter.
Jackson kicks to Durant. Fires from deep. And out of bounds as San Antonio gains possession. Spurs have gone 6 of 11 from the floor. Over 50% shooting here in the second quarter. Parker dishes to Green. And it's good, and the assist by Parker. Now just a 1-point Thunder lead.
And they've set up countless buckets off assists. That's a huge part of what they've been doing here today.
A lot of dime dropping going on out there, Steve.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Thunder. For Oklahoma City, they've gotten just over 50% of their shots to drop here in the second quarter. They're 5 for 9. Ibaka with the ball. Guarded now by Duncan. Shots good by Ibaka.
And he's shaking off a poor first quarter shooting effort. He's really starting to turn it on now, guys.
Parker left side. The dish to Duncan. Splitter inside. Adams on him. And the basket good.
And you can feel the pattern of this game, guys. They're working it inside, dominating in the paint, getting good shots at will.
Well, 4 of their last 5 baskets, guys, have been of exactly that variety.
Here's Jackson. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. It's Durant on the wing. Up in time.
Well, Tim, and looking at
And now the start of the second half. Neither side jumping out ahead through the first 2 quarters.
Coach Scott Brooks of the Thunder, he's brought great stability to this organization. A lot of talent on this roster, but doesn't always fit in terms of their offensive flow. So The Thunder like to keep it pretty simple with their X's and O's.
The third quarter now beginning. Both sides looking to pull away in the last half of the game.
What a performance from Durant here. He's got 13 points, and he's chalked up 1 3-pointer on the day as well.
Yeah, a lot of times he's one of those players who can get hot and stay hot from the three-point line. So I look for him to continue to search for shots out there.
Oh,
ridiculous.
What a move.
Tore it down that time. Talk about putting something extra on it. That dunk was way over the top.
Close game or not, Clark, you know, he's going to finish firm when he gets the space.
Still, I mean, it's startling that he'd even try that right now.
And Oklahoma City making a change here. Morrow's checked in. And it's Durant missing.
There's some good defense for you. I mean, for somebody who's as good at shooting the three as he is, you need a defender who's equally adept at guarding against it. That was well done.
Well, then they picked the right guy to put on it.
Now let's send it to Doris from the sideline.
Well, guys, Coach Greg Popovich, the reigning coach of the year, a big part of his approach is empowering players. He says, quote, it's a player's game, and they've got to take charge. Rather than try to manipulate them, he said, it's a great feeling when players get together and do things as a group. Kevin?
Thanks, Doris.
You know, giving his players room to lead and allowing them to take ownership, I mean, I think that's part of the genius of Popovich.
And it's the Thunder with the ball, following the three-pointer by San Antonio. Back to Jackson. Just 5 to shoot. The three from Morrow. Tim Duncan with the rebound.
Well, for Tim Duncan with age, the Spurs have looked to reduce his... Oh, my goodness. What a huge play.
The rim rattler.
Just a remarkable jam. These fans' jaws are on the ground right now.
Yeah, that is Showtime stuff right there. Major highlight reel material.
Here's Parker. Following the score by Serge Ibaka. And that's a foul. It's called on Reggie Jackson. That'll be his second foul of the game. Leonard attacking. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
Kawhi Leonard has been talked about and mentioned as the future of this San Antonio Spurs team. 23 years old is all he is, and already a great defender and a much improved shooter from his days at San Diego State.
And the Thunder making a switch here. Westbrook's checked in. And for Kawhi Leonard, we know about his defense, but you think, Steve, he can become a go-to offensive player?
Well, he's going to need to, Kevin, when Parker, Ginobili, and Duncan move on. This is going to be Kawhi Leonard's team. And I thought what was interesting was the Spurs gave him more of a burden last year offensively. They started to give him more and more looks isolation-wise down on the block. And he's developed at a beautiful rate. He's coming into his own.
More good work on the glass there. When it's all said and done, I think rebounding might well tell the story in this one.
And that should tilt things toward them. I mean, they've been winning that battle.
Here's Morrow. Here's Durant. Green with the block. Parker drives in. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. Serge Ibaka picks one up there.
Tony could well be the best point guard penetrator in the game. I mean, he's great at finding a seam and getting the ball up and off glass before the shot blocker can recover. And once the ball hits the glass and comes off, it's a no-touch zone for the defender.
Westbrook kicks to Durant. The jump hook. And another shot. And the foul called on Kawhi Leonard. Second half of play, and we're 3 minutes into the third here. It's Westbrook with the drive, and he bangs it home with one hand. Savage, that's the way to get some momentum on your side.
Absolutely, those dunks can really have a deflating effect on the defense.
Especially coming from a guy out of the backcourt. And Parker, the quickness to win that race to the rim, and then his great touch, able to use English or just the spin on the ball to drop it in. Even when the defense gets there early, it seems like Parker's able to use that teardrop.
And for Parker now coming into his 30s, the question, how will his game, so based on speed Clark, in elusiveness, how will it end?
Well, I think that's a fair question. His game is not as much athleticism as it is those attributes of speed and quickness and elusiveness. I think the elusiveness can hang around for a while. The speed will go. But the fact he's improved as a jump shooter, I think will continue to allow him to be pretty good at getting to the rim.
Down low, stolen by Durant. Deflects the pass, and it's going to be out of bounds. The Thunder will retain possession. And it seems like we've seen more and more of these guys in recent years. Big men who can shoot the three. Over the last month, these have been the best of them. Serge Ibaka is second.
You know, he has such a phenomenal touch from long range for a player at any position. Forget about just among the big men.
And that's what makes him so hard to guard, Steve, his ability to play the inside game or the outside game. I like him being kind of like reversible clothing. We're just not used to seeing players who can do that. A great assist. Nice work from Russell Westbrook.
And Mills kicks to Diaw. He drains it from the right block. And the Spurs lead by 3.
They're straying away from the three-point game here in the second half. That's fine as long as they're on the lead and they're getting good shots. They've decided not to take nearly as many three-pointers in this half.
Mills passes to Ginobili. And yes, sir, that one drops. Ginobili's got 9.
Oh, Maestro, he is so good at making those lead passes, like conducting an orchestra.
And it seems like nothing is falling for him this quarter. He's really out of his rhythm.
6-second difference between the shot and game clock. Diaw. The lead pass was put in just the right spot. And it's a 7-point Spurs lead.
Look how well he led him there with that pass.
Stolen away. And there's the feed to Mills. Fires for 3. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Adams has got 4 rebounds now tonight. Morrow, that's a 2-pointer. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
That's not a sight you see very often. I mean, he has a great feel for that jump shot, especially when he's open.
And we've reached the end of the third. Spurs out in front. They're up by 7. And coming up as soon as we return from break, the fourth quarter gets underway. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
And the finish, guys, this is where you know you are right on the money with that pass. Look at that. Perfectly timed.
On the floor for San Antonio starting the fourth quarter, Mills and Manu at the guards. Green is out there with Boris Diaw, and it's Baines in at the pivot spot manning the middle.
Even though he missed it, he couldn't pass up that chance.
Yeah, that's an easy jump shot. You got to take that one.
Kicks it out to Ginobili. The 3, and that one's good. Ginobili's got the fourth quarter started here with a bucket for San Antonio.
They are killing them with that three-point shot here in the second half.
Well, the defense fully stretched out trying to stop that shot and still not able to get it done.
Diaw with it. Westbrook picks him up. And Diaw kicks to Ginobili. Baines dishes to Mills. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Ginobili attacking. Passes it to Mills from downtown. They get it back. Baines passes to Mills. And another shot. And the basket by Diaw.
Looked like they found the soft spot in the defense there.
You know, the NBA is a talent league, and it's hard to win in the NBA without superstar talent. And the Thunder are fortunate to have 2 superstars in Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook. Those 2 give them a chance to win no matter who they're facing up against or where they're playing.
And now Doris Burke has an update from the sidelines.
Hi, guys. I had a chance to find out what Scott Brooks was discussing with his players. He is not happy with the sloppy play offensively, saying, listen, let's make the simple play. Take care of the basketball. We can't afford to waste any possessions. Guys, can they clean it up?
And you look at the star talent for Oklahoma City, the eternal what if. Steve, how would this team be different if they'd held on to James Harden?
Well, that's the question. I mean, to have 3 superstars, they would have been unstoppable offensively. As it is, they're hard enough to guard. But, you know, that's a question that will remain, forever unanswered.
Ginobili gets a wide open look. Connects from 3-point range. Ginobili's got a pair of 3s here in the fourth quarter for the Spurs. And Adams kicks to Westbrook. 22nd minute off the clock now in the fourth. Adams' shot is good. Spurs leading by 11. And here's Mills. Dishes to Baines. Ginobili the pass to Green. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. Rejected by Westbrook. And he's able to get it back. Durant with the steal. And Ibaka kicks to Westbrook. And he caught that pass in full stride on his way to the big slam.
Boy, the kind of moments you love to see. Excellent defense leading to a dunk at the other end.
Clark, you got to marvel the transition game when they've got it clicking. It's really explosive.
High octane for sure.
Oof. Yeah, turning defensive pressure into offensive opportunities. That's what it's all about.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City.
Well, guys, maybe the most important play in the NBA that isn't really tracked at all is the screen. A good one can make a huge difference in creating a high percentage shot, but it's a play that so often goes overlooked.
Now here's Westbrook. Durant with a wide open look. The second chance effort. Adams. The kick out to Westbrook. Feeds it to Durant. Traps in the tray. Durant's got 5 points in the quarter.
This guy will really make you pay if you leave him enough room outside.
Ginobili kicks to Mills. Diaw, the screen. Mills dishes to Diaw. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2.
And no question, he got bumped on that shot.
Definitely no room for discussion on that one.
And a chance for just a second now to check out the scoring breakdown for the Spurs.
And they continue to run and gun throughout the game, guys.
They've worked hard tonight at crashing the boards as well. They've had a bunch of second chance points.
Now here's Durant. Outside Westbrook. Back to Durant. It's hauled in by Diaw. Diaw's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight.
Been a real difficult game for him offensively, and it's costly.
Durant against Leonard. He dishes it to Diaw. They kick it out to Green. 3-pointer. Outside Leonard and out of bounds as the Thunder gain possession.
Such a careless pass. You've got to keep your head in the game here.
Oklahoma City's gotten just 1 of 4 3-pointers to go down for them here in the fourth. For 3, Durant. Second shot opportunity. Pass to Morrow. Jacks up a 3. It's in! Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5.
Those are the types of shots down the stretch that win you ball games, Steve.
Leonard against Durant. Leonard the pass to Diaw. And the wide open shot from Green. Green missing again.
Come on! Come see what you
Kicks it out to Leonard. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. And it's blocked by Adams. Pass to Diaw. Parker drives in. Kicks it out to Leonard. Green dishes to Diaw. Fires the 3. And Green with the basket on the assist by Diaw. And the Spurs lead by 8.
Time to turn out the lights on this game.
I think they deserve a ton of credit for the way they played here today. Truly a professional display.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City. They're trailing by 8. There's 10 seconds left in the fourth quarter. What do you think, guys?
Well, talk all they want, but I just don't see a way for them to get back into the game here.
You know what? I don't know if there's a 10-point play out there, and that being the case, this one is finna, over.
And so it's San Antonio with the win. Both teams split.
Well, Tim, even though we're still early on in the year for the San Antonio Spurs team, with the
How about that for a win?